Good morning, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, it's actually Sunday afternoon when we're recording this, and we've had a lot of questions about the work that's going on to new property owners. Work that's going on the east side of the old Alice's restaurant, which was east of the big store. They drove some pilings there, and they've been pouring concrete and stuff. And now what you're seeing is actually down at Highway 87 and Loop 108 on the corner, where they've moved the equipment down here and they're driving pilings. And what this is this is Entergy's. Those are two new substations. Now, last year after the freeze, they did come in and put a temporary substation, another transformer, there on the east side of Danae's Donuts, and that was in case we had more rain, more cold weather, or this summer had some problems. And I don't know that they've used it, but they did come in and put it in there and put the switches around. But we had a meeting the other day, and I'm working on trying to get Entergy into the studio so they can talk more in depth about the project. But what they're doing is we all know, they're putting two new substations down here. One there by the big store on the east side of the old Alice's restaurant, and they're using that property there for a drive-through and set out. And then also down here at Loop 108. And we had a meeting this last week, and they talked about the time frame and how everything's going, and everything's on schedule. They've gone through and bought a lot of right-of-way down from Highland all the way down to Loop 108, where they're going to be putting some more poles and more wire. They're also running a main line, and you don't even want to get me started on that, from Highland down. And so we're going to have more options on this, and more substations, which will help rev up the power that we do have when there's a large demand. And so, Bolivar's grown by leaps and bounds. And in fact, I think pretty sure we've passed up now the number of homes we had before Ike. But also a lot of the homes, in fact, most of the homes are a lot bigger, some of them 2 and 3 times bigger. And so the demand down here, plus we don't have natural gas. And especially in the wintertime, that makes a big difference, because these heaters use about 3 times the energy by electric versus when they're using natural gas. And so our electrical demand down here is a lot higher for the number of houses we have than, per se, in Beaumont or Houston or Katy or Conroe, where they have natural gas. And so Entergy's working on this. We're working on getting them to come into the studio and talk more about this project time frame. I know I can tell you it's on time. They've worked around any of the hiccups they had from what they told us. And one thing interesting I did get out of the meeting is they're using composite poles on this go around. And talking to some electrical people, they thought that would actually be better for us because they'll withstand wind more, and they're more reliable whenever they last longer. And so I'm excited to see how that goes down here. And supposedly they're going to start putting poles in and wires pretty quick, starting to run stuff. This whole project, though, from my understanding, isn't going to be complete until the first quarter of 2024, which I think they might be giving themselves a little leeway. But that's what they told us. And so we're going to send an email out today and ask for them to come in. I talked to them at the meeting, but I want to make it official. And so I'm going to send an email out to get more information and try and get the engineers or the spokesperson into the studio to talk more in depth and show you some of the slides and how they're building these, because they are going to be elevated, the transformers and stuff. And so it's a pretty neat setup. They're sort of copying what they've done over in Louisiana, from my understanding. And so, but they're working on it. And so, and I can tell you, these guys, these contractors here, came in, got the job done, and now they're down here putting in. This is Sunday, and they're working. I know they probably had a rain out one day this week. Maybe they're trying to make up some time, but the contractors are working great. They've got a clean site. They've got safety in place. And so if you're down around Loop 108 and you see this big, massive crane with a pile driver, that's what's going on. And we're going to keep you posted down the road on what's happening and any changes or any updates that we get. So anyway, just wanted to let you know what it looked like and what's happening here on Bolivar. I want to thank the Big Store for sponsoring this Bolivar Live feed and everything they do in the community. Remember that we've got the Ghost on the Coast coming up October 28th, and we've got Brad and Big Rich's Cajun Chef's Cook-Off kicking off this Friday with the Calcutta and Jamie Bergeron live on stage. So anyway, we're going to head on out. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll keep you updated. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.